All right, so talking about the goal of getting into, and of course, examples of this bringing women into mainstream society include ending sexual discrimination in areas of hiring, promotion, and wages, and they also promoted an equal rights amendment. This is 100% true. So it's very important to identify they advocate for the ERA, the ERA, the Equals Rights Amendment. Now, so we look at women and we see kind of some writings and organizations which are being established to advocate for equality and civil rights for them. Now we see Emilio Aguinaldo founded the United Farm Workers Organization and believed in nonviolent methods to achieve his goal of giving labor union workers higher wages. Now, I thought made this a little tricky as well. All this is true except Emilio Aguinaldo and union workers. The guy that we need to be able to identify is Cesar Chavez, and he is advocating for immigrant workers that are working on farms, farm laborers. So we saw with Samuel Gompers in the 1880s, people advocating for industrialization workers and industrial workers. Well, now Cesar Chavez is going to advocate for farm workers, and he is going to write a book. Cesar Chavez's book is going to be known as The Fight in the Fields, and the Farm Workers Union, and advocating, working hours, working conditions, breaks in the middle, pay, all these things, which nobody had really talked about because so much attention was brought to the industrialization aspects in those jobs. Now, there was also the environmental movement developed because of the book, The Jungle, written by Ida Tarbell and exposed the dangers of the environment. She argued that pesticides were poisoning the environment. Now, this is actually, some of it's true, but we've heard of The Jungle and Ida Tarbell. Those don't even match up. That's not true, but there was a book which is going to push, and it's not going to be Ida Tarbell. Guys, it's going to be the book. So yeah, that should be scratched out. And Ida Tarbell, it is a book. It should say scratched out The Jungle and Ida Tarbell. And it says Rachel Carson and Silent Spring. Now, Rachel Carson in her book Silent Spring argues that pesticides were poisoning the environment. And what she said was there was this DDT, which is dichlorophytriluthain, however you want to say it, it was a pesticide. Again, that's just chemicals sprayed on fruits and vegetables and all that to prevent little critters from wiping it out. Well, it said that it was actually entered the food chain, accumulated through fatty tissues of animals, including human beings, and caused cancer. Well, the reason she called her book Silent Spring is because it came to be found out that this was actually killing birds, and birds sing during the spring. So that was kind of her little thing. Now, as a result, President Nixon created the Homeland Security Agency to set limits on pollution and to assist state and local governments in the cleanup of polluted sites. Nixon also established President's Day to maintain awareness. This is true and false. So the two false pieces about it, of course, he did not create the Homeland Security for that. Homeland Security was developed as a result of 9/11. What day and what agency do you think was created? If you said the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, and of course Earth Day, you would be correct. Direct legislation passed because of Silent Spring, just like direct legislation passed because of The Jungle. So two different time periods, but we see writings are influencing the way people think and the reaching the president's desk. And as a result, he created a whole new Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, and of course also established a day which brings attention to the environment. So that kind of brings an end to the civil rights and just the impact the civil rights movement and other events it's going to have an impact on. Always remember, if you have any questions, let me know. It's a smile because, ladies and gentlemen, it is always contagious.